Stowe's timeless charm unfolds in a landscape of rolling hills, pastures, picturesque villages, and iconic covered bridges. Some say it's a scene straight out of a storybook.
We're a very welcoming town.
Here, history and natural beauty coexist. Covered bridges like this one offer a trip back in time. The single-lane Goldbrook Bridge was built when there was a bustling mill next door.
It's the oldest bridge in town, and it is the only one left that is a totally wooden structure.
Barbara Bayraw of the Stowe Historical Society says the way the bridge was built adds to its historical importance.
It is a Howe truss. What made it unique is where the truss pieces come together.
But Goldbrook Bridge is also known by a different name. Locals say Emily's Bridge has a bit of a haunted past.
Emily was a young gal who was jilted, and she jumped off the bridge. Supposedly she jumped because she was jilted on her wedding day. They've heard things at night. They'll come out here at night.
There are several theories about what may have happened to Emily. Wherever the truth may lie, the spooky scene creates quite a tourist attraction. Visitors snapping photos.
I'd say somebody's left these for Emily.
And even leaving flowers behind to remember Emily. Iconic landmarks in Vermont aren't limited to covered bridges.
Our visitors, our guests, expect to see cows.
However,
it's changed dramatically. We have one farm family that owns and manages 5 separate farms.
That's the Percy family. Paul and his son Ryan,
Come on, girls!
who own and operate Percy Farm.
Agriculture is such an important industry.
A dairy farm that's been in business since 1930, standing the test of time.
There was, like in this town alone, at one point there was 135. Now they're down to 3. And that's about in a lot of towns are. In the state of Vermont, there was thousands. There's down, I think, to just under 600 in the whole state now.
Here at Percy Farm, they milk around 300 cows, each cow twice a day, and the farm produces roughly 2,000 gallons of milk every 24 hours.
We have a parlor where there's 6 on a side and have to clean their udders and make sure their milk's looking healthy and attach the unit, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes.
Tragedy struck the farm in February 2022. A farm machine sparked a fire and one of the Percy's milking barns went up in flames.
The fire marshal thinks as the skid steer caught a fire, and in the middle of the night it burnt the whole barn down, and everything that was in it.
I saw the flames and knew that probably none of the animals survived.
That night, the Percy family suffered a devastating and total loss of the barn, as well as 130 of their cows. But Stowe and the surrounding community rallied around the nearly century-old farm, crowdfunding to help support the recovery.
People telling us how upset they were to hear about it and how it affected them personally was really something.
It was really amazing. It proved to me that they still think farms are very important in Stowe. I guess it would change the character if we weren't doing it. At least they think so.
While the location remains to be determined, the Percys say there are plans in the works to rebuild.
Farming, dairy farming especially, is kind of a life occupation. You got to really be dedicated to it. You got to like it, and you got to enjoy it, or you better do something else.
And Paul Percy has another passion, if you will, in addition to dairy farming. Since 1961, he's been making maple syrup. 6,000 gallons a year he produces out of there. He loves it.
It's a lot. And Percy's Farms milk is collected almost daily by Agrimark, a cooperative owned by Cabot Creamery, to make Vermont's iconic Cabot cheese. And here's a fun fact for everyone. In the spring, the farm's calves were named after Taylor Swift albums. We got Red, Folklore, and there's even a Kelsey.
Of course.
The Percy family, they're big
Pig Swifties,
They are.
okay. The cows are named as such. Coming up, raising a glass with Yvonne Trapp.